President Rodrigo Duterte admits that he himself acted on the complaint of the South Korean firm which got the contract to build 2 warships for the Philippine Navy. Duterte says he handed the complaint of the firm Hyundai Heavy Industries to his aide Bongo so that he could refer it to Malacanang lawyers.
There was this Korean who represented this, yung nagpabili, seller, and he was complaining why there as yet no order to deliver na nanalo sila. So yung letter niya, binigay ko kay Bong, give it to legal. Kasi, so legal referred it to Lorenzana. So nagsulat si Lorenzana ng note.
This is the first explicit admission of Duterte of his involvement in how Malacanang handled HHI's complaint. Controversy over the frigates deal erupted after former Philippine Navy Chief Vice Admiral Ronald Mercado was unceremoniously ousted in December 19, 2017 for alleged insubordination over the implementation of the project. Detained Senator Leila de Lima says there must be a full-blown congressional investigation into Michael Yang, a Chinese national who reportedly has close ties to Malacanang. De Lima wants the Senate to look into whether Yang or any other foreign nationals have been appointed to certain capacities in government. Republic Act No. 9225 says appointed public officials cannot be a citizen of another country. De Lima says, quote, questionable citizenship of a presidential advisor should be authenticated and the nature and scope of his influence over foreign policy be fully disclosed. Rappler obtained a photo of Yang's business card where he identifies himself as a presidential economic advisor. The card has a Malacanang seal. Duterte denies Yang is his economic advisor because he's Chinese. China is planning to launch its own artificial moon by 2020 to replace street lamps and lower electricity costs in urban areas. A report from China Daily says the city of Chengdu is developing illumination satellites which will shine in tandem with a real moon but are 8 times brighter. The first man-made moon will launch from Xichang's Satellite Launch Center in Sichuan, with 3 more to follow in 2022 if the first test goes well. By reflecting light from the sun, the satellites could replace street lamps in urban areas, saving an estimated 1.2 billion yuan or $170 million a year in electricity costs. The extraterrestrial source of light could also help rescue efforts in disaster zones during blackouts. U.S. President Donald Trump says he now believes journalist and Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi is dead.
It certainly looks that way to me. It's very sad. It certainly looks that way.
Khashoggi disappeared more than 2 weeks ago. Trump warns of very severe consequences should Saudi Arabia be proven responsible.
We're waiting for the results of about 3 different investigations, and we should be able to get to the bottom fairly soon. It'll have to be very severe. I mean, it's bad stuff, but we'll see what happens.
This marks a hardening of tone from the Trump administration, which has been reluctant to blame ally Saudi Arabia despite mounting evidence the kingdom's agents killed and dismembered Khashoggi inside its consulate in Istanbul more than 2 weeks ago. A former regime insider, Khashoggi had become a critic of powerful Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. British royals Harry and Meghan kick off their shoes Friday as they hit Sydney's famed Bondi Beach for the latest stop on their Australian tour. While half of Australians oppose having British monarchs as head of state, there has been sizable support for the couple at every stop.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that easily you hear people that met the Queen when she came here in 1956 that they're still talking about it now, and I can easily see that will be one of the things I'll be talking to my grandkids and future generations about.
They both look stunning. Even more beautiful in real life, I think. That's right. Yeah.
Harry also scales the Sydney Harbour Bridge and hoists a flag to open the Invictus Games, a sports championship for wounded military personnel. On Monday, the pair will go to Queensland's Fraser Island, the world's largest sand island, before jetting off to Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand.